Okay, so let's dive into the heart. I have my notes here because I have a lot to say about the heart. So let's start as usual. What are the indications for you to know that your heart chakra is blocked? So the first one is that you actually have a locked heart, right? So you're either afraid to feel love. It's usually caused by an unhealed trauma, grief, broken heart that you haven't processed. A broken heart doesn't necessarily have to come from a romantic relationship. A friend, a family member can break your heart. So suppressed and healed emotions related to love and care towards others that led you to a point that you have locked heart. You're afraid to love, right? You have those emotions within you, you feel them, but you're just afraid and panically afraid to form new relationships. And that grief, that sadness, that broken heart often can express itself in anger, right? So having anger issues. But a locked heart can also express itself in just feeling numb. So you find yourself in a situation that you don't feel anything, right? So you want to fall in love maybe with someone, maybe you start dating, you think you want to. You're starting dating someone, you form new friendships, but you literally feel nothing to no one. And those two things, that locked heart often is paired with avoidance. So those are often people who have avoidant attachment style. So whenever they feel something, whenever they start to feel, or they simply numb to feelings, they retreat from forming relationships. They have the panic fear from forming relationships. Number two indication that you have a blocked heart chakra is that you make judgments and assumptions on other people. And often we don't realize that we are judgmental and we make assumptions. We see ourselves as someone who is very, like tolerant and then it's very like free-minded and so on and so forth. But you have to really get to the core of what it actually means. So that the judgment and assumption means that when someone says something to you, instead of treating it as a neutral information, and if it's information that you don't fully understand, asking for more further explanation, you make an assumption, okay? So what amazingly explains this is this reel that goes around the internet since years. Those two guys talking, and the one says like, do you want to see me now? And the other one says like, oh, he wants to see me. He's thinking in his head, right? So yeah, sure. And he texts, whatever, right? And the other one, whatever. So do you know what I mean? It's this misunderstanding in communication. So someone says something to you through the prism of your traumas, of your character, of the person you are. You understand it in a negative way. And this person is simply someone who miscommunicated or maybe didn't know how to communicate. And maybe, do you know what I mean? You make assumptions, right? So you text a friend, they don't respond to you, right? So you immediately jump into assumption that they upset with me, they don't want to talk to me, they don't care about me, because you have a blockage around your heart. And when in reality, maybe they just missed that message. Maybe they just, they're actually sick, or they're in a bad place and they're not capable of responding right now, right? So when your heart is open, you make no assumptions, you make no judgment, you follow no bias, you release that cultural, country-related sometimes conditioning, how we treat with people, how we address relationships. You're completely free of that, right? Number 3 indication is that you hold grudges, right? And you hold on to emotions. So when something happens, when emotions comes in, even when we healed, emotions always come in. We always feel emotions. But someone who has an open heart releases those emotions. You don't hold on to the past. You don't hold on to what someone used to do to you, what someone used to was when they were with you, right? What someone used to say to you. You don't analyze things to the depth, in a sense of someone said something to you that was hurtful. You're not sitting in this place of, why would they do this to me? Why would they say this to me? You understand that this is their business, right? It comes, whatever people do, it comes from a place of where they are on their healing journey. It has nothing to do with you, really. You understand that. So every emotion, whether that's pain, whether that's sadness, whether that's anger, you feel it momentarily, but you allow it to go away and you never go back to that situation again. And the last indication that your heart chakra can be blocked is that you actually feel unworthy of love, unworthy of beautiful, unconditional, loyal, lifelong, amazing love that helps you to spread your wings, right? You self-sabotage your relationships. You run away from love, from being loved, from being cared for by good people, people of value. And I often say that how you can actually know whether that's a blockage, if it's in your subconscious mind, is that saying that, you know, show me your partner and I will tell you what you think about yourself, right? So if you are a good person, but for whatever reason you are with someone who cheats on you, who is low vibrational, who is aggressive, who is a bad parent, bad spouse, maybe even has narcissistic traits, and you remain in a relationship for as ever many months or years with this person, knowing that, it's because this is what you subconsciously feel you deserve. There's a blockage in your heart that makes you think that this is what you truly deserve, that you don't deserve better. And for most people, 90%, I promise you, and I kid you not, you will not realize that. Most people will say, life brought this person to me, it's so unfair, you know, I deserve better. But do you truly? Because if you truly knew, and if you truly if you were sure that you deserve better, you would not look for excuses to be with this person. Because it's going to be hard on my own, because he or she is a parent of my kids as well. No excuses. I know I don't deserve this. I know I deserve better. So long, my friend, right? So if you cannot do this, there's a blockage around your heart chakra. All right. So a couple of things that you can do, and I will repeat this again. You know, I do this in every single video of those little chakra videos. I recommend actually working with a specialist if you have a blockage around those areas. So I would recommend going to a shadow worker like myself, going to a Reiki healer, energy healer, shaman, or if you don't reside with spirituality, then actually going to a therapy. But a couple of things that you can contemplate on before you're ready to take that step is, first thing is heal your heart. Get rid of suppressed and processed emotions. Again, grief, broken heart, sadness. On my YouTube channel, there's a link in my bio, and on my website, there's a link to my YouTube. There's a guided meditation to heal a broken heart that I did, so you can start there. But again, working with a spiritual or actual therapist can help as well address that. Really think where your heart got broken, where are feelings in your heart that you haven't healed, disappointment, sadness, grief, losing someone, right? What causes that panic, fear, and that blockage around love. Number two is becoming conscious, right? So practicing not making those assumptions. So what I mentioned before, right? So when someone says something to you, stop to think. Don't take it personally. Don't assume that they have bad intentions. Don't assume that they say something to hurt you or do something to hurt you. It can be a completely different reason they don't understand. It is not for you to understand that reason. So just practice letting go, right? Number three is understanding that forgiveness and closure, it's something that comes from within. You yourself have to be able to address those things, right? So each person is going to have a different journey, right? And you don't necessarily need another person to say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done this for you, this is why I did that. The closure comes from within. It comes from that open heart and that understanding that I have my journey, you have yours. Perhaps what happened between us was karma, a soul contract. It was meant to happen. I could learn something, you could learn something. Now I forgive you, I forgive myself for putting myself in the situation, and now I'm truly able to let go. The final one is to work on your self-love. To unlock that heart chakra, you truly have to love yourself with all your flaws, with all your shadows, with all your traumas. Give yourself that beautiful, huge, unconditional love that you would give to a little child, that you would give to other people. Love yourself first in order to truly unlock and be able to feel that you're worthy of beautiful things, of love and being loved. You have to love yourself first.